Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, we have completed layout part of this project. So if you are not seen that video, just go to description and check out the link. In this video, we are going to work on upload song. So let us start with that. So let's go to the VS Code, and in this one, we have to go to the models. And in this one, we have to create a new file, and the file name will be song.model.ts and press enter. So song.model file is created. Now we have to create here export interface and song, and in this one ID, number, then we have title. It is also it should be a string type, and then artist, it should be a string type, and then song URL, it should be a string type, and image URL, this will be of a string type, and then created at string, and app user ID, and it should be of a number type. Then app user name, this is string type. And after that, we want to export the song request, right? So interface and song request, then it should contain only title, and it should be of a string type, and then we have artist, and this is also of a string type. Save this. After that, here we have to create one service. So we have to go to the service folder, right click and open integrated terminal, and then here we have to write here ng generate service song service, and then press enter, and it will create two files inside it. You can see song service and ts file is created. Get inside the song or this service file, and inside this one basically we have to write all the APIs call related to the songs. So private base URL, so we'll write all the codes so that we don't have to come back in this particular service. So here we have to put BTech, then dollar, and then environment dot API URL, and then after curly bracket slash admin, then put semicolon, and then constructor and private http client, this one, and then get all songs. So this is the first method we have to write over here, and in this one we are going to accept number, and number is equals to 0, and then size, and it should be of a number type, so equals to 10 by default, and then comma search, and it could be a string type, and it is also optional because we have added a question mark over here, and then we have user ID, this is also an optional field, number, and then observable, and then we are expecting a page or response, and then we are expecting song type. So song, we have to import this model and then close this 2 times, and then get to next line, and you see there is an error, right? Because we are not returning anything till this point, so that's why. So params equals to new http params, this one, and then dot set, and then page comma page dot to string. Okay, and after that next will be for size, so I'm just going to copy paste this one, and here just changes to size. Here also same thing, size. After that, here we have to write a if condition. Okay, so if search value exists, search, and then also we are going to trim this one, or removing a space from the start and end of the particular string, and then params dot set, and then we are going to set as a search, and then search dot trim and semicolon. And I'm just going to copy paste this line of the code and paste it over here. Let me format this, and here search, over here we have to just change this to the user id and dot set, and here also we have to change to the user id, and after that here we have to just change this to user id, and we don't need trim, and here we just need two string, so just change this to string, and then we want to return. So outside of this if condition, return, let me decrease the size of this one first. Let me also delete this one. We don't have any error. Okay, we have, okay, return, and then we have to write this dot http dot get, and then page response, and then song, and then close this, and then parenthesis backtick dollar, and after that this dot base url, and after that slash get all songs, comma, and then params, and then put semicolon. Save this. After that here we have to write for get song by id, and id we have to pass as a number, and then and then we have to get the song, and then we have to return this dot http dot get, and this one's song, and after that here, and this is a get API, and then we have to pass the path, so this one, and then we have to pass dollar curly brackets and this dot base url, and after this one slash get song by id API which exists in the backend, and then slash, and then we have to again put a dollar and curly brackets, and then we have to pass the id and then put semicolon. So this will be basically get by id, basically get song by id it will use for. Then we have to copy this one and paste it over here, and just format this, and just change this ones to add song, and in this one basically we are going to remove, and here we have form data, and then form data we have to pass, and we don't have to import anything for this, and after that it will return song, and this will be a post API, so just make it as post, and then the base URL here we are going to change this to add song, and we are going to remove others this part, and then outside of this backtick we have to just put a comma, and then form data we have to pass. So, and you can see the error is gone. Now our service part changes is completed as of now. We'll update if anything is added later, and after that we have to go to the guards, this one, and right click and open integrated terminal, and over here we have to write here ng generate guard admin and press enter, and it will create two files inside this one, and here you can press enter, and here you can see two files is created, admin guard.ts. Now the most of the logic will be remain same as the auth guard, so I'm just going to copy paste all of the line of the code from here, so one by one. So I'm just going to copy this one and paste it over here, and after that I'm going to copy this part of the code to the bottom part, okay, over here, and in this one let me revert it. So okay, so let me just do one thing. Let me comment this part of the code here first and go to the auth card and copy all this part of the code. So let me decrease the size of this one. Okay, so this export class and can activate everything from here and just paste it over here. And we have to just copy this admin and over here admin guard, so that it should be the see the exact name, and then we are going to remove this part. And after that, let's format this, and then we are going to verify each line of the code where we have to do the changes. So admin guard can activate, this is correct. Then route and activate snapshot, and this logged in. And here we have to just add a condition, and this dot auth service dot is admin, and then return true, else return false. And in this case, we don't have to route users to the login page. We have to route users to the home page because that user does not have access to that particular path, right? So that's why let's remove this part of the code from here, and we have to just move that user to the home page instead of just logging out that particular user. Now our changes related to this is also completed. Now we have to generate a component related to upload song. So let's go to the features folder and right click and open integrated terminal, and then here we have to write ng generate component upload dash song, and then press enter, and it will create few files. And here you can see files is created, app module is also updated. So now let's go to the app. Now we have to go to the app routing modules. First we have to register this with the app routing so that user can see or route to that particular page, right? So go get inside over here in the app routing modules, and in the child section of layout we have to put the path. So path over here we have to put upload song and then comma component, and it will be upload song this component and can activate, and then we have to pass the admin card, this one, and then let's format this one. And now we have to go to the a component which is layout component, which is inside the shared folder, right, which we have created in the last video. And in this one basically we have to shared folder layout.html and go to the nav bar. So navigation inside this one, nav sidebar, and here we want to add a button so that user can upload a song, right? So here a and star ng if and is admin and router link, and over here slash upload song, and then router this will be the remains same this part. So I'm just going to copy paste this part of the code, and inside this one just small change. So admin nav item, this one we have to add, and here we have to add mat icon, and it should be upload and span. Here we have to write span, here we have to write upload song, and then close this one, and then span class and admin indicator, and then we have to close this one, and here we have to write admin, and then save this. Let's delete this all, and we don't have any error. If I go to the UI, I'm able to see the upload song. If I click on it, I'm able to navigate, and here you can see the URL is changing, component whatever is also changing over here on click, right? So it means that we are able to integrate properly with the upload song. Now get back to the layout, we don't need layout. Okay, here we have to go to the upload song.ts file. Okay, so get inside the upload.ts file, and here we're going to write all the logics related to creating the forms and all those things. So here we're going to write a song form and form group and uploading is equals to false. And whenever we like assign the song form, after that it will be gone, so don't worry about that. So song file, and then we have to write here file or null, and by default it will be null. And then image file, and it should be a file type, and then null, and null it by default. So like file, and then we also want to show the user to preview URLs and all those things. So image preview URL, and then string type, and null, and then null, and audio preview URL of a string type, null, null. And after that, here song file error. If any error occur, I want to show to the UI user file error. And after that, here we also have constructor. So in this one we have to inject, so private FB or form builder, this one, and private song service, this one we need to import, and then private router, this one we need to import. And after that, private notification service, and here we have tried notification service, this one we need to import. And inside this curly bracket, here we have tried this dot song form is equals to this dot form builder dot group, and then parenthesis curly brackets, and inside this one we have to write title. Okay, and put semicolon over here, and over here we have to write single quotes, then comma, and then validators dot required, and comma, also validators dot min length we are going to set as true, sorry, my bad, min length parenthesis and set to 2, and then validators dot max length we are going to set as 100, and then comma, and the same thing we have to just repeat once again. So paste it over here, and then we have to change this one to artist, and validations required, min length and everything will be remain same. So just save this, and then we have to implement destroyer also. So like whenever users like move to the other page or something like that, so in that case we have to destroy, so we have to implement. So here implements on destroy, this one, and if I scroll down here I have to ng on destroy, this one, and if this dot image preview URL is there, right? So in that case URL dot revoke object URL, sorry, not this one, revoke object URL, and this dot image preview URL, this one we need to pass. And in the same way, if this dot audio preview URL is there, and URL dot revoke object URL, and this dot audio preview URL, this one, then we have to save this. And after that we have to write the logics related to the uploading the files, right? So on select of particular files, we have to upload it, or select of music file we can say. So song on song file selected, and then event, and after that here it will not going to return anything, so it will be a void type. And let me scroll over here. So const input, and then event dot target, and as html input element, and if input dot files and input dot files dot length is greater than 0. Okay, and const file, and then we are going to just consider it one first file, input dot files, and then 0 first one, and if not file dot type, we are going to just check the file type, dot start with audio, and audio slash, and then curly brackets, and this dot song file error, and please select a valid audio file. So this one's the message we are going to show to the user. This dot song file is set to null, and this dot audio preview file is set to null, and then we are going to just return. And after that, this if condition, outside of this if condition, const max size, here we are going to declare it, and this one I'm just considering as a 50 MB. So this one 1224 into 1224, and if files dot size is greater than max size, then we have to show this error, and this dot song file error is equals to audio file size should not exceed 50 MB. Okay, so this is the message we want to show to the user whenever it exceeds the 50 MB file. This dot song file is equals to null, and this dot audio preview file is set to null, and return. And outside of this if condition, if this dot audio preview URL, and in this one URL dot revoke object, and this one dot audio preview, and after that this dot song file, and then we have to pass the file, and this dot audio preview URL, and then we are going to pass URL dot create object, okay, create object URL, okay, it should be URL or dot create object URL, and in this one basically we have to pass the file type, and then this dot song error is equals to, we are not going to set anything. So this is the method which is gonna related to the upload the song. Okay, this is why we have, okay, upload the song, and now I'm just going to copy paste the same line of the code whatever we have written inside this one, and paste it over here, and we are going to do the modification in this particular method. And because both of the code are almost same, so I'm just going to change here on image file selected, and the const event target will be same, file will be same, length will be same, and file type will be, and here we have to just change there to image, and then After that, here we also need to change image file error, this one, and please select a valid image file, and here we have to image file over here, and then image preview URL we have to pass. And here also I want to pass instead of 50 MB, right, I want only 5 MB, so I just remove 0 from here. And then here we have to just change image file should not exceed 5 MB, so here also we have to remove this 0. And here also we need to change this one to image file error, and here we also need to change this to image file, and here image preview URL, and here also we have to change this to image preview URL. So image preview URL, and this one will be exactly same over here too. And after that, scroll down, and here we have to select image file, and this one here we have to select image preview URL, and in this one this will be the remain same, and here we have to just change this to image file error, and then we are good. Just save this. And after this one, right, on this particular one, let me format this. Okay, outside of this particular one, we have to write the logics to clear a song, right? So song is already saved, not saved, but is it already selected, right? So we are already previewing it, and that time we have to allow users to clear the file, right? So for that we are going to write the logic and void. So okay, so this is to clear the song. So the if this dot audio preview URL is there, then URL dot revoke object URL, and in this one this dot audio preview URL we have to pass. And outside of this if condition, if dot song file is equals to null, and this dot audio preview URL is equals to null, and this dot song file error is also set to blank, we can say. And after that we are going to just copy paste this particular method, because also for image we also need this, right? So clear image file, and then we have here image preview URL, and exactly same this will be, and then image file and image preview file, image preview URL, or image file error, and let's format this one, save this. And we don't have any error as of now. Now we have to write the logics to upload the song, right? So we have to create a method which is on submit, and in this one here we have tried this dot uploading is set to true whenever someone is click on the particular save button. And then we have const, and then we have title artist, and then equals this dot song form dot value, and then const form data is equals to new form data, and parenthesis, and then we are going to append all this form data one by one. So append, first we are going to append the title, so title, and title dot trim, we are going to just remove the unwanted space from start and end, and put semicolon form data dot append, and here we are going to write here artist comma and artist dot trim, and then form data dot append, and then song file, we are going to send the song file, this dot song file, and at the end we are also going to put the not, because we are convincing that okay, it will be, there will be a value over here. So form.data.append, then image file, okay, not, it should be inside the single quotes with the name. So image file, comma, this dot image file, and not, put semicolon, and then we have to call the backend API. So this dot song service dot add song, and in this one we have to form data is there, and dot subscribe, and next. Okay, and then we have to stop the loading. This dot uploading is set to false, and then notify the user, okay, this is done, notification dot success, and here we are going to write a song uploaded successfully. This is the message we are going to show to the user, and also we are going to revoke or the audio preview and all those things. So if you go to the ng destroy, right, we have write the logic. So these two lines, this 4 lines of the code, right, we have to copy it from here, and then here we have to paste that those 4 lines. Let me format this one, and inside the next, right, we have to write it this dot song form dot reset, and we are going to this dot song file is set to null, this dot image file is set to null, this dot audio preview URL is set to null, this dot image preview URL is set to null, and this dot song file error is set to blank, and this dot image file error is set to blank. And then we also pass or route our page to the my upload page, right? So that one also we have to write this dot router dot navigate, and this particular path as of now does not exist. Okay, so we don't have to worry about it if we don't able to route to this particular page or it shows any error. So we don't have to worry about it. Later in the next video we will start working on this my uploads part. Okay, so it will route to this particular page, and also we want to handle if any error occur, right? So error, and here we have to write console dot error we want to show, we can do that, and we just print error whatever we get, or this dot uploading we are going to set as false first, we are going to hide that, and this dot notification services dot error, and here we are going to write error question mark dot message, here failed to upload song, please try again, and then put semicolon over here and also here, and after that here like outside of this on submit method, go over here cancel, and on click on cancel we have to go to the my uploads page. So this dot router dot navigate, and single quote slash my uploads, put semicolon, and then we also had to validate the form, right? Like we have to disable the button. So here get is form valid, and then it will return a boolean type, and over here it will return this dot song form dot valid, and we are also going to check the files image or any errors, right? So not this dot song file, and two time nots, this dot image file, and single time not, and this dot song file error is not there, and not this dot image file error, this one. And then only we are going to send that okay, this is there's no issues in it and all those things. Just a minor fix I can see there. Here we have just tried the wrong spelling. So form is form valid. So after that like TS part of the changes is completed. Now we have to put the CSS. So I'm just copy paste this one and putting the CSS. Now let's go to the HTML part of this one. Let's go over here. Now we are going to write the HTML part of this upload song. Now let's remove this and let's create here dev class and upload container, and then close this one, and inside dev class header section, and then close this one, and then here h1 class page title, and we are going to write here upload song, and after that here p class and page subtitle, and here we want to write here share your music with the Musicpi community. And let's format this one. If I save this, if I go back to the UI, I'm able to see this part. So upload song as well as this title, subtitle of this one, I'm able to see. It means it's working fine as expected. Now outside of this header section, we have to design a form, right? And inside this upload container. So here I'm going to create a form, and it should be a form group type, and this will be okay, it should be not be inside this one, outside of this one. Here we write song form and then close this, and here we write dev class and content section, this one, and then we have h2 class section title, and here song details, and after that here we have to show the input fields. So here the first one will be dev class input group, this one, close this, and inside this one first we have to create a label. So label, and for here we have to write title and class input label, and then close this one, and here we have to write title and then asterisk symbol after one space, and then move to the next line, and then we have input ID title, and then type, it should be of a text type, so text, and class input field, and after this here we have to write class dot error, and then we are going to check okay song form dot get, then we have title and question mark dot invalid, okay, and song form dot get title and question mark dot touched, and after that form control name is equals to title, and then we have placeholder enter song title, and then we have disabled, so we also want to disable this field so that user cannot edit it once it is in the loading state uploading, and max length we can also pass over here like 100, and then close this. On min length also you can pass it over here, and then after that the span class error dash message, this one. And after that we have to put the conditions, so star ng if, and over here I want to pass the song dot form dot get, and then title, and after that question mark dot hash error, and if it is required then we want to show a message that title is required, so title is required. This is the message I want to show to the user. And after that I will copy this line of the code 2 times, because one is to min and one is to max length. So here the title will remain same. Here we have to just change this to min length, and here we have to change the title, so text, basically title must be at least 2 characters. And here we have to write, just change this to max length, and just copy paste this one and remove this and paste it over here. Title can, okay, here we have to just change this to title cannot exceed 100 characters. Let me decrease the size of this one. Okay, and save this. And now okay, we are getting some kind of error, so title, okay, this one is not able to find it out. Okay, so here if you see line number 13, right, this one, this line, and this is, here we have to put in the single quote, so that's why we are facing this error. So just add it, and now after saving this, error is gone. Now we are not seeing any error. Let's go to the UI, and okay, by default this title is okay, it's showing it, which is not a good correct. If I refresh this, it's showing the title is required message, which is not correct. So let's do one thing, let's add few more condition in this if condition. So first, in the required field I want, like whenever it is touched, right, so that only it should show the message. Okay, so song, okay, let's put space here, song form, and dot get, and then we have title and question mark dot touched, and then show this one. Okay, so after that this one, let me copy this line of the code to others too, post over here also, and then format this one. Now it's like this. Now if I go to the UI, I'm able to see the field. If I click on this like this, and if I move outside, so then I'm getting title must be at least 2 characters. If I write more than might be 100 characters, okay, we are restricted to that because we have added min max length to the 100. So that's why the error will never be shown, because it's whenever we add this one, right, this one max length 200, so it will restrict. Let me remove this, let me save over here, let's go back over here, let me refresh this, let me write again, and here you can see I'm able to write it. If I go outside of it, title cannot exceed 100 characters. So you can see here we're able to see the error message over here. Let's remove it, title is required field. So it means the validation and everything is working as expected. Now we have to copy this particular input group field. You see, right, this is the div closing over here. Copy this input group, this particular one, and we have to copy once and paste it over outside of just that particular one, so that we can use that particular field for other one field, which is artist. So here we have to change this ones too. Also we have to change the classes name, so artist input label, and here we also need to change to artist title, and here we have to change this to artist. Okay, it should be artist. It should close the double quotes over here. ID will be artist, and it should be of a text type. Input field will be, and the class error here we also change it to artist. Let me copy this one, and here also we need to change this one to same, and form control name will be also changed to this one, and enter. Here we have to just change Intel artist name, and whenever it uploading, right, we have to disable the button, and then we have to change this one error message to artist. This one also changed. Required will be the same, and here we have to just change to artist name, and here also in the 2 characters validations we have to change this one, and here we also need to change the artist to artist name must be at least 2 characters. Same this one here also this one, artist name cannot exceed. So now our 2 fields are ready to test. If I refresh this, if I'm right here, move to the others, I'm getting the error. If I remove this one, I'm getting the error. So everything is working as expected. So now our 2 fields, which is related to the song details, which is title and artist, is completed. Now we have to move to the outside of this content section div, which is this one, and we are still gonna inside the form but outside of content section. And then we have to create one more div class with the content section, and then close this one, and h2 class section title media files, and then we have to write the logics related to the handling the audio files. Okay, and then we have div class input group and label class input label over here, and then close this one, and then audio file asterisk, and after that div class file upload wrapper this one, and then we have input type, and it should be of a file type, so file, and then ID is song file, and it accept the audio, so audio slash and asterisk symbol, and whenever we are going to change, right, so we have to call a method which is on song file selected dollar event and disabled, and here uploading, and then we have class file input hidden, and then close this one, and after that here label for song file. Okay, it should be equal over here, so song file, and after that class file upload box we have designed, right, so class, okay, not this one, class dot hash file, and then song file you have to pass, and then if any error occurs, so class dot error song file error, and then just close this. And over here we have to just create div class, and inside here we have to write class file content, upload content, and close this one. And after that, mat icon, and then class file icon, and just close this one, and then and song file and audio underscore file, or else we are going to show the different icon, which is cloud underscore upload icon. And also I want to show some information, so div class file info, close this one, and in this one span class file name, I want to show to the user, so file name, and then song file, and question mark dot name, and or choose audio file. Okay, and after that, this we have to create a span class file hint, and just close this one, and mp3 mwav or other audio formats, but it should be a max 50 MB that user can upload, as we have already added that restriction, so we know that. And labels, it will close the label, and after that we have to add a button. So basically that button is to remove that particular files, so here the button, and star ng if, and here the song file, and then mat icon button class clear filter button, and on click we have to call the clear song file method, and we also want to disable like disabled whenever it's uploading, and type button, and then close this one. Okay, and inside this particular button, right, I also want to show a icon which is a close icon, so mat icon, and this will be a close icon. Let me format this one. And after this button, right, we are going to, outside of this file upload wrapper class, you can see here this is closing over here, and after that we have to show the error message. So here span class error message, and then star ng if song file error, if we have, in that case we want to show the error over here, and curly bracket 2 times, and here we have to write song file error, this one. Format this, save this, and after this I also want to preview the song, right? So just after this span, and the code will be inside the input group, so inside this input group, and outside of this, after this one span, then we have to write the logics to preview the audio file. So here we are going to create a div star ng if an audio preview URL, and then we have a class and preview container, close this, and then we have a div class and preview header, and then close this one, and then mat icon class preview, and then we have icon over here, and then head phones, and after that span class preview preview label this time, and then we have audio preview, and after that outside of this preview header, we have to show audio controls class and then audio preview and src, then we have to show audio preview URL and then close this one, and inside this one your browser does not support the audio file. In case if it is not working, then we can show this message. Okay, now let's go to the UI part and let's try to validate if it works fine. And here I'm able to see this. If I click on this one, it will open this one, and here we have audio. So I'm just going to select one audio, and here you can see it preview the audio. Let me first decrease the volume, and then I'm going to play this volume, and I'm able to hear this particular volume. And here I'm getting the options. Here I'm able to see the name. Here I'm able to see this, all these things. If I close this one, it get removed. Then I'm getting again the options to upload. Let me upload something different file. Let me select the all files, and then we have a video. So here I'm getting an error because please select a valid audio file. So this is the error which we are getting it because the file is of type MP. It is a video file, so that's why it was throwing the error. So it means it working as expected. Now let's do one thing. I want to test one more validation which is related to like file size exceed, right? So right now we are calling this particular method. I'm just going to comment this particular part of the code. I'm going to save this, and so the file size is also more than 50 MB, right? The same file I'm talking about. So let me select this one, and I'm going to select here changes to this one. So this time it should not throw the like file type error because we have commented that part of the code. So this time it should throw the size error. So audio file sizes should not exceed 50 MB. This is the error what we get it, right? So it means that whatever the code we have written is working as expected. Now we have to revert this line of the code so that it should validate this too. Okay. Now we have to go to the again upload HTML file, and now we have to write the logics related to uploading a cover image, right? So now we have to go to the outside of input group. So this is the input group, and here this close this input group, and here we have to write the logic related to like uploading a image. So outside of this one, and okay, we have a form and then one div, and inside this one we have to write the logic. Okay, so div class, and here input group, and then close this one. Okay, let me put a space over here so it will be more clear to the everyone. And here label class input label, and close this one, and then we have cover image asterisk. Okay, and after that here div class file upload wrapper, this one, and then close this one, and this upload, here we have to write input type file, and then we have id image file, and then we have to accept, and this time it should be a image type, and slash, and then asterisk, and then change. On change we have to call a method. So let me decrease the size of this one first, change, and then we have on image file selected, and then dollar event, and then we have disabled, and it should be uploading class file input hidden, and then close this one, and after that here label for image file, and then class file upload, and then box will be there. Then we have class dot hash dash file, and then we have image file, and then we have class dot error, and here we have to pass image file error, and then close this one. And inside this one, again the similar way whatever we have added it for the above, right? So same way we also need to add it over here. So file name, file hint, and everything. Okay, so here we are going to create a div class, and inside this div class we are going to write file upload content, and then close this one. And inside div we have to create write a mat icon that I want to show to the user, and then class and file icon, this one, and then image file question mark single quotes image, and then add underscore photo drop down, photo alternate, add photo underscore alternate. And after that, this one we have to create one more div class and file info, and then close this one, and then span, and then class file name, and then image file question mark dot name, or here we have to pass choose cover image. And after that, here is span class file dash hint, and then close this one, and then jpg and comma space png comma or other image formats and max 5 MB. So this message we want to show to the user, and then our label part is also completed. Now we have to add a button, and the button will be the similar to the whatever we have added it over here. So I'm just going to copy paste this line of the code, scroll down, okay, and it's outside of this particular label, and I'm going to paste it over here. Let me format this, and here we have to just change this to image file. So image file, I can click, and here clear image file, so it just changes to clear image file. Image file uploading will be the remain same, button close, and this all these are same. And now our this file upload wrapper part is also completed, and outside of this one I want to show the error messages, and we are still gonna inside the input group, okay. And here span class error message, and then close this one, star ng if and image file error, and over here image file error we want to show the messages. After that we also want to preview whatever we have to the user. So for that we also gonna write uh, over here just after this is span, I'm going to create a div star ng if and image preview URL, and then we have a class, and then preview container, this one, close this, and then div class preview header, close this, and then mat icon class and preview icon and photo underscore library, And after this, we want to show the span class preview label, this one, and after that cover image preview, and outside of this particular div I want to show the image. So here div class image preview wrapper, this one, close this one, and image src, and here image preview url alt cover preview, and then class image preview, this one, and then close this. Let's save this and let's see. Okay, we have some kind of error. Let's extend this one so that we can see the error. Okay, label is not an known. Okay, though, so error is self-explaining. So if we have to go to the 84 number line, 84, and here we have to just correct this one. So label, and the same thing we have to just change it over here, so label, and if I save this, error should gone. Here you can see error is fixed. Now I'll go to the UI and I'm able to see this one. If I click on this, and I should able to upload the image, I'm able to do that. I'm going to close this. I'm going to select a image. Instead of image, I'm going to select something different. I'm going to select this one. So please select a valid image file. So this is the error validation is also working. I'm not gonna check the size of that like 5 MB exceed those error. It will work as expected. So now get back to the over here. Now here let me decrease the size of this one, and now where contain section, this one, right, section close right outside of this one, and then we have to create a button. So outside of this one and before form, right, so then we have to write div class and action button and a mat struct button, then class btn cancel, and whenever we do the cancel, right, so router link or the method on, basically we have to call that, or we can pass it over here directly also, slash my dash upload, and here we have to pass the class dot disabled whenever it's uploading, and then we have cancel. After this we have to put a button, mat raised button, class btn upload, this one, and on click it should call the on submit method, and it should disabled in two conditions. One is whenever it's uploading, or not is form valid. So this is the one we have created it, right, and inside this one I want to show a spinner as well as icons change and text change, so that I want to implement. So mat a spinner a star ng if it is loading, and sorry, not loading, it should be uploading, loading, this one, and then we have diameter is 20, and then class a spinner inline, and then close this one, mat spinner, and then we are going to show the mat icon star ng if we are not uploading, so uploading, so that's why I have added not, and the cloud upload this icon, and then I want to show the different text on the basis of whenever we call the API and everything. So span, and here we have to write uploading question mark, then uploading dot and then upload song. Save this, and we don't have any error. Let's verify that. Only one issue I can see here, which is cancel. Here we have to just write, and other things looks good. So it's time to validate the UI. So I'm going to inspect mode, and I'm going to add like this. I'm going to open the network tab over here. Let me decrease the size of this one. Okay, and here I'm going to write here test, and here I'm going to write here BTech days. I'm going to search for a audio file, so I'm going to select this one. Okay, and I'm going to select an image file, so I'm going to select an image file over here. And now I'm going to just clear this one. I'm going to click on upload song, and here you can see the API call is there, and I'm going to, and here one API call. If I click on this uploads add song, and you can see test artist and binary files, whatever it is there, and which is sent to the backend. And from the backend we got the URL as well as the informations like, okay, app user 4 admin BD, artist name BTech days. You can see the creator ID, image, every information, whatever we send it, we are getting it, right? And whatever the path of the backend API for the image or song URL which has been uploaded, we are getting it. And after that we route to the home page, right? If you see, this is the home page we routed. A reason of that to route to this particular page, because my uploads page does not exist, right? So that's why it's routing us to default page which exists, which is a home page. That's why we route to the home page. So it means that my upload part is working as expected. I hope you like this video, so please hit like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.